Because this couch doesn't allow my balls to drop down.
Okay, great. That's going to go at the start of the podcast. Yeah. What's up, guys? It's your boy, Trent here. And we are here with another episode of Underneath the Willow Tree. Today I'm joined with Dylan Prokopi.
What's up?
Ryan.
What's up?
And Fritz Sheldon van Tonder.
What's up?
Yes. And today we're going to be talking about guilty pleasure movies once again. This is part 2 to our running series. And Fritz is going to kick it off with his first choice.
Alright, so I would say my guilty pleasure movie would be Kung Fu Hustle.
And why is that?
Why?
Yeah, you have to explain yourself. This is how these things work.
Well, you know what? As a kid, that movie for me was just like, when it came out, you know, your parents watch those old dubbed Chinese Kung Fu movies.
Oh yeah, over the top.
Mine didn't, so that's...
Well, my dad, he was the typical when, you know, he was the guy in the cinema that stood and watched Bruce Lee, and he would like copy the moves. So when Kung Fu Hustle came out, for us that was like the movie, and the comedy was on point. Even to the dubbing of the show.
Really?
The dubbing was amazing.
Yeah, there's a sequel to Kung Fu Hustle in the works right now.
Wait, but is this the one, the movie where the guy like punches that hole in the cow?
Yes.
That's Kung Fu Hustle. Yeah.
No, that movie, yeah, to me, if I have to ever feel sad, I just watch that movie.
True.
Like, the fact that, I think my best part is when, okay, for those of you that's seen it, there's a part where the main character and his sidekick are basically trying to watch the lady sell lollipops, and they want to basically, you know, steal from her. And they plan to throw knives to like get her out or something like that. And what was so funny was that every time he throws the knife, it ends up landing in someone else. Well, not someone else, it's his sidekick. It kept landing in him.
Yeah.
But I mean, the production that went into that movie was just like amazing. Alright, so coming back to the production of the movie, which I personally think was really great, and I really think it deserves a sequel. Like you said, that they actually planning on making another sequel.
Yeah, it's currently in production.
So
How long ago was this movie made? Was it like a...
Wow,
Yes,
I would
the
say
90s or early
no.
2000s?
I'd say about 2002 or 2004.
Okay, so it's that
I'll tell you now. 2004.
shitty CGI stage.
It's 2004, yeah.
Okay.
The best was still that old lady and that old man.
Yeah.
That woman that screams, and then what was the husband? What did he do again?
He's talking about the landlord.
Yeah,
That's what it's called. I don't know.
she screams, and he. I think he was just good at kung fu.
I don't know. I don't remember this movie
I don't
at all.
either. I just remember the cow punch thing.
Yeah.
That's it. I think I've seen it, but that's all I can remember.
I barely remember anything from that movie at all.
All right. Do you guys have any guilty pleasure movies?
Nah, this is all just you, bro.
Yeah,
Just
since
me.
you're only
Wow.
here with us shortly, we'll...
So special.
get you-
You gotta get yours out quickly because you're badly needing us soon, so.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. What's your next one?
I guess my next one would have to be Suicide Squad,
Understandable.
and I don't know why people hate it. I thought it was good. The storyline was a bit bad,
That's why
but I
people
mean,
hate
it was all just like, it was all just fun and games, I think. And yeah, I think the character that shined the most had to be Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn.
I agree.
And not just because of aesthetic, because she was obviously so beautiful, but but obviously
I
her.
think every woman is beautiful.
Don't say such things.
No.
That is harmful.
Gonna put him in some shit, yeah.
But yeah, I'd have to say she definitely stole the show.
Mm.
Her and Will Smith. Obviously, everyone loves Will Smith. Woody Smith.
Not in that movie, yeah.
I don't like him
Just
at
in
all
general.
whatsoever.
Why
Oh,
not?
okay, no,
You have to tell me.
No, I think that maybe, you know, they could have had someone better portray Deadshot, to be perfectly honest.
well, they've now replaced him.
Yeah, they
You
replaced him
know,
with Idris Elba's
Yeah.
in talks to become... They should have just gone with him from the start.
Well, it looks like they've cut the cast because
It's a complete reboot now.
It
Exactly,
is, but
like-
that's how the squad is anyways. But that was recently announced now that guy that was Captain Boomerang, he's coming back. So, I mean, some
Yeah,
of the
well,
old members probably
they will be, but
in
the
some...
thing- it's not like a hard reboot. It's just a soft one.
Yeah.
You know? Like the title is the Suicide Squad. It's not just Suicide Squad anymore.
Of course, it has to make a statement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's been helmed by James Gunn, which is great. I
What?
think.
Could not
Yeah.
get it.
James
Oh, you
Gunn's the
just
writer
learned
and the
this now.
director.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm
Yeah.
actually happy now.
Yeah. It's coming out next
Yeah.
year.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, because also Margot Robbie's also returning as Harley Quinn.
Supposedly.
Well, I
Um,
mean,
so-
I wouldn't see anyone else in that role.
Mm.
She blew me away when she
we
played it.
haven't. There hasn't been another live action Harley Quinn.
No.
Nah. They've
Thinking
tried.
about it.
They've tried to get it going.
Well, at least Birds of Prey is coming out now. So
Yeah, they've teased that. I don't know. I've got mixed feelings about Birds of Prey, to be honest.
why?
I think
I
the
don't
problem
know.
with Suicide Squad was that the trailer was just too good.
Yeah.
And then they saw the reaction from the trailer, and then the movie was
got
not what
overhyped.
the trailer was. The movie
Movie
was
got
not
way
at all
overhyped.
what the trailer was.
Yeah.
I agree with
And then they had to reshoot like God knows how much, and then they had to re-edit the film to be like a music video.
Yeah. Pretty much.
No, I agree with
And that's where all the problems came.
Funniest thing, it still won an Oscar.
Yeah,
Well, it's for best makeup and special
Yeah.
effects.
Yeah.
Oh wow!
I think
For
like
Killer
what-
Croc.
Love the music in
Nah.
the movie though.
Killer
Wow.
Croc. I hated Killer Croc in that movie.
Oh yeah.
Killer Croc is meant to be this gigantic guy, and then Will Smith is taller than him.
Yeah, he's just motivated by what BET is.
Yeah.
He wasn't actually. I don't recognize him as an actor though. Like
I don't know who
He's,
Killer Croc is.
Actor. I don't know what movies he's been in, but
But the
if you
best
see
part,
him, you'll know him.
the best part of
I'll
Suicide
find
Squad was Enchantress, though. Eh?
No,
I say that very sarcastically.
I'm sorry. That
Very
was
sarcastically. That, what,
Yeah, I
what's her
love
name?
Cara Delevingne, but just like it.
I don't. In acting, she's very like one-dimensional in my opinion. She proved that in Suicide Squad to me.
To me, she proved it in what was that movie about the planets? Something in the Thousand Planets.
I
I don't know. For me, she just didn't shine there, and
She doesn't shine in general, in my opinion.
Just a Ken Paper Towns.
that wasn't bad.
Yeah,
She's a model.
That was okay.
Yeah, well, that's
Not
the
an
problem
actress.
there. Yeah.
All right. What did I want to say? Oh, we got a bit sidetracked.
It's fine.
And there's now the new Joker movie with
Yeah.
Joaquin
You clown
Phoenix.
Phoenix.
So
You clown.
they say no, his Joker compared to Heath Ledger's is like when Mom says, "Let your brother play," so he chooses the same character. So
Yeah,
he's-
I've seen that people are saying that his portrayal is better than Heath's. Though.
Well, only time will tell.
Yes, we have to see.
To be honest, I do hope it is because I think that we need to start getting over the Heath Ledger Joker, because that's the thing. That's why I didn't like Jared Leto, because
Yeah.
of the high standard Heath Ledger made the Joker, and I think that's why the Jared Leto Joker failed.
Yeah.
But at the end of the
people
day,
were
he
not-
ruined the Joker in general.
People
The
were
Joker,
not really that open to it.
like
Yeah.
the gangster Joker's been done before. It was Jack Nicholson.
Yeah.
He literally just took it and did it again and did it.
He
even
tried to
worse.
make it his own, but also you can't blame it all on him because he was in the movie
Yeah.
for all of like 4 minutes, if that even.
You know, honestly, in my opinion, even if I saw more of him, I wouldn't have liked him.
Well, if it was just more of what we saw, then yeah,
You know,
there was more to him.
Because that's the thing. That's what I'm saying. Like Heath Ledger left such a high standard for the character
Yeah.
that it's going to be super hard to top that. And I think to be able to top that is taking what he did and just making it even bigger.
Yeah,
and I
for
think
sure.
that's probably what we will expect from Joaquin Phoenix.
Now that he has his own movie.
Yeah, because he will. Honestly, he's a brilliant actor.
Well,
You
at
know,
least that movie's
Yeah.
now teased that we're getting a full-on, what can I say? At least like an origin story for the Joker, which I don't think we've seen in the past. I mean, he hasn't been a highlight before.
No.
He's been the character
he's
in
stolen
it,
the
but
movie from
we've never seen an origin story of how he became the Joker.
Not
Well,
even that.
yeah, they've always touched on it.
Yeah.
But they've
'Cause,
never
like-
explored it.
Yeah, because like we saw like how the Riddler came to be when it was portrayed by Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
And
I'm sorry. Batman with nipples. I'm sorry, that
Yeah.
was the worst Batman suits ever made.
Oh, man.
You should, we in
Batman
our
and
previous
Robin.
episode we talked about that movie.
I still love Batman, Rob.
I don't know.
Isn't it Batman Forever?
No,
That's
it's
the
both of
worst.
them, isn't it?
Yeah, they both have the Batman.
It's with
Yeah.
George Clooney and what's that guy from NCIS?
Him.
Yeah.
He played Robin. But anyway, and Uma
Yeah.
Thurman's portrayal as Poison
Yeah.
Ivy
And
was
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
just so bad.
Yeah.
It was.
No, like DC has not had a good run of superhero movies.
They come out now.
But
Like
yeah,
they had the Christopher Nolan ones, which were fantastic,
yeah, the
but that's
dark-
because DC didn't interfere.
exactly.
Yeah,
The
they
studio
gave
were
it-
like,
yeah.
Christopher Nolan, do your shit.
But yeah, the hype. I mean, Wonder Woman's done well. Aquaman did well. So
really well, yeah.
and
That's-
Shazam just came out.
Aquaman is because
Shazam.
like the studio wants to interfere, and the director was just like, no.
Yeah.
A lot
It
of
was just
people
like, no.
say if you compare it to Marvel, Aquaman is basically the Thor origin
I can see
story.
the
Yeah,
comparison
no,
there.
it is.
The Ragnarok of
Yeah.
DC. Yeah,
Exactly.
I can see it.
But yeah, that's another the avenue which would be we need to explore. For a third movie, I had it on the tip of my tongue. That was gonna be
I don't think that's a movie.
it was damn it, I just thought of it.
It's a strange movie title.
Was it the movie? It was. Oh, I thought about it, but I don't know if it's more guilty pleasure movie. I don't think it is. But The Fault in Our Stars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
I'm so
I don't know. That's a
Sorry.
critically acclaimed film.
Yeah.
A lot of people liked it.
but
Obviously,
yeah, I mean,
I don't like it because I don't like that type of movie.
yeah,
It's
you
not
don't
my
like your
jam.
YA.
No, I don't like those type of movies. So obviously, I'm the wrong guy to talk about that. But
yeah, I suppose a movie that's based off a book cannot get a sequel if there hasn't been a sequel. You understand?
yeah, no, it can. It's
That's
been
happened.
done. It's happened.
Many times.
True.
Yeah.
Many
True.
No, but like that thing is just like taking any book and making it into a movie is a very risky thing to do.
Mm.
There's so much content lost.
It's
For
like
sure, the Stephen King stuff
Yeah.
seems to be the only thing that's working now, anyways. 100%.
Pet
People are happy
Cemetery,
with-
though.
The thing is,
That
the people
movie.
that are directing the current Stephen King movies are people that have read the books
Yeah, they're fans.
and are fans of Stephen King. And like back in the day, I was like, cool, Stephen King movies are doing well, so let's make one.
Well, at least they're doing it
I
justice.
mean,
right
even
now.
some of the ones he's done himself. Okay, I think he's only directed one. That people love. That's definitely a guilty pleasure as well.
Yeah, the thing is,
Okay.
like, obviously he's a writer, not a director.
Yeah, I know.
So, I guess what was it, Dark Tower?
Oh,
With
jeez.
Idris Elba and,
Matthew McConaughey.
yeah.
Yeah,
Alright.
There's actually a director whom I'm thinking of who creates guilty pleasure movies. Not usually a sequel to it, but there is one. But Quentin Tarantino movies, apart from Kill Bill, if you think of The Hateful Eight, Inglourious Bastards, those movies all didn't get sequels, but I think they were really good movies.
Yeah, well, those are just
And I don't know if you've heard of
Doesn't he have a thing like he's only going to make a certain amount of movies?
10 or 9.
Yeah.
Yeah, at the moment it's standing at 9.
Mm.
What's that new movie? Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Ah,
Yeah.
that movie looks really
Because
good.
his whole thing is that he doesn't want to make a bad movie,
Mm.
pretty much.
Yeah.
He hasn't made any bad movies.
Which is
I
which is
know.
pretty understandable.
Yeah, it's obviously, it depends on your taste
Yeah.
in movies and that, but like obviously, you know, he's always made a decent film.
Mm.
It's never been as bad as like The Room, where it just fell apart.
Well, Dylan didn't seem like he agreed.
Nah, I
Dave,
love The Room.
tell us a
it's
movie.
on the other
We've
podcast.
already
one.
spoken about The Room.
Yeah.
No, we're not backtracking. We're not
No.
backtracking. No, like on it, what I'm saying with that fact, like he just took over everything. The movie started falling apart, but he still made it.
Yeah.
You know, that doesn't happen that often.
No, it doesn't happen now.
That it just goes through.
doesn't.
Has any of you seen Room?
Yeah.
The movie Room.
Brie Larson.
Brie Larson. I don't like Brie Larson. And I'm
What?
saying that now.
I'm sorry, that movie.
No, in Room, she's a fantastic actress there. That's great.
yeah,
She's
you
in the
can't
movie.
you can't hate her
I
in
just
that
don't
movie.
like her. I don't know why. And it's not because of things she said or any of that stuff. I just don't like her.
Yeah.
Just like there's something about her that just like pisses me off. I
I
don't
don't
know
know.
why.
I'd have to disagree with you. I actually really like her. Like after
You
watching
like
her
every woman.
performance, after watching her performance in Room, I
Yeah.
was like completely blown away. I
Have you
like
seen,
wanted to know everything about
Hog
her.
Skull Island. Even though
Yes.
she's a very like,
Oh
soft
yeah, she was
character
in
there.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she
in
was.
that,
That's
yeah.
also, I think, a guilty pleasure.
And she was in
Everybody
Scott
loves that
Pilgrim
movie.
versus the World.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was.
Yeah.
But she started off small. If you go look at her biography,
She did, yeah.
she
Indies.
didn't have it easy as any other top class A-rated
Yeah.
actress or
Yeah.
actor. I do have people that do bother me in the acting celebrity world.
Well, I've got a lot.
Or you don't almost like anyone.
Right. I've got a lot.
No, like I don't know his name right now, but the guy who played Scarecrow in The Dark Knight. Oh no, sorry, Batman Returns. Is it that one? The first Christopher Nolan one.
That's Batman Begins.
Batman Begins. The
Cillian
Scarecrow.
Murphy.
I can't handle that guy.
What?
I don't know. There's just something about his face that I can't handle. And even in Inception, I was just like, ugh.
Have you
this
seen
guy.
Sunshine?
No,
Watch Sunshine.
this is a good movie.
Yes, very good.
No, I don't remember Batman Begins.
You don't?
I've seen it. I don't remember
You need to watch that again.
I really don't remember it whatsoever.
I just remember the bat nipples.
The bad knuckles.
That was just a solid choice.
Like everything is bad is DC right now. Pretty much everything we've stated is bad has come from DC.
Yeah.
But they're getting out of their slump, which is a good
They
thing.
are. They will, and they'll be better than Marvel.
Eventually.
Mark my words, they will.
It will take time, but they will get there.
They definitely had
I think-
a rough start.
I think this whole thing with Disney acquiring Fox
Cool.
and giving all the stuff back to Marvel is a bad thing, to be perfectly honest. Based on the fact that there's going to be too many movies coming out, there's going to be an oversaturation of superhero films.
I was just about to say that to you.
And that's going to fuck with Marvel.
Yeah, and then they're shutting down like all their ones that are making other films, like
Yeah.
all their studios. With
Like, this
Fox.
could be a podcast on its own, but we can even just touch base on it. I think, personally, that obviously they're going to get exhausted. Superhero movies are going to get exhausted. So
Yeah.
the best thing to do is that they'd have to actually, how can I say, take a break. Where Marvel, they need to take a break at least for a while. There can't be another Avenger movies in like
Yeah,
4
no.
years or something.
Well, they've said they've stopped up with the team up.
They're
movies.
going back to solos
Yeah.
after Endgame.
That is fine, but like I'm saying, like they've acquired Fantastic Four now.
Yeah, they have that. They have X-Men.
They've got X-Men.
mean-
They've got so many team up like franchises now, but they don't want to make team up movies anymore. How is that going to work?
Will work. They need to build up to a threat again. You don't just start.
But I mean, how many times can
They-
you
yeah.
set up
If you
that
keep-
climax?
If you
and-
keep reinventing the genre, it will go on forever. That's how it works.
The problem is that it's going to get oversaturated eventually,
Yeah.
and that's going to be their demise. Where like DC have completely scrapped like the sequel to Justice League, they've cancelled Cyborg, they've moved forward Flash, they're
Yeah.
completely reshuffling their whole thing to
Yeah,
the point
this
of
is
actually
gonna-
making it quality over quantity. Where at the point, because of Marvel being with Disney, it's quantity over quality, even though all Marvel films are quality.
Yeah.
But the fact
But you're
of
saying
the
they're
matter-
heading down that path.
Yeah, it's going to get to that point.
Eventually.
They're going to be putting out too much stuff that quality is going to drop.
Yeah.
The quality control of these movies are going to start.
Yeah, it happened
Funny.
with Star Wars. So.
No,
Exactly.
I totally agree. I mean, you understand how people are so on basing their opinions off of reviews.
Yeah.
I mean, people are so like ready. I'm ready that week of the movie releasing. I'm gonna hit Rotten Tomatoes. I'm gonna check IMDb.
Yeah.
I'm gonna check IGN. I'm gonna know exactly what the review is gonna be, and that's gonna base if I'm gonna watch the movie or not.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah, I
I'm
don't
gonna
check-
wait for it on DVD.
I've
Or
never been that kind.
I don't check reviews. That's the thing. I don't like a lot of movies. I'll go into one of my guilty pleasure movies, the Star Wars: The Last Jedi. I
personally,
know a lot of people really don't like that movie.
Well,
Personally,
They,
I like to look at reviews, but it's to have as an external opinion.
Yeah.
But I still build my own opinion
you should, yeah.
on after watching the movie. Like honestly, and I think a lot of people can agree that Venom was actually good.
Venom is a
Venom was
guilty
amazing.
pleasure, though. Venom is a guilty pleasure.
Yeah.
Critics are just dumb.
Yeah.
They
Well-
that thing that with Venom was because they also said there were too many superhero movies,
Yeah.
and
It was
which
also just because people thought Venom
Yeah.
would never work without Spider-Man, and they
and
just
it
proved
worked
that it
very
did.
well.
Well, it was a top grossing movie here in South Africa, and
Yeah,
It was
it
a
was.
top grossing movie around the world.
jeez,
I remember.
It almost hit $1 billion.
Yeah, it made 8
it's crazy.
So from a movie that critics said was shit
Yeah.
to almost make $1 billion, it just shows how stupid they are. Because like I was saying, with, like Star Wars: The Last Jedi, like I understand where a lot of people are coming from, why they don't like the film.
I do. I really do.
I don't, but I don't want to talk about that now.
Yeah, what are we talking about? Because that's my guilty pleasure choice.
Yeah.
Wow,
like
but there's
that.
been a whole like 7 movies before
not.
it.
You know, the thing is, like, the one thing that I understand, you know, they changed directors, which
It's not even
should
just
not
that.
happen.
It's not even just that.
I know it's not just that. There's a whole bunch
No,
of things, but I'm
I agree
saying,
with
like,
that.
like what I'm saying with DC, with Marvel.
Yeah.
You know, with oversaturation, just what was going to happen with Guardians. Because of what happened with James Gunn, it would have been a different director, and that third movie would have been awful.
Yeah.
We don't know that.
Well, the thing is, you can't necessarily envision where he was going. Not everyone can do that.
Yeah.
And every
you can
director
find
they
someone.
approached was just like, nah.
Yeah,
that's
you
James
could find
Gunn's movie.
someone to do it. It might not be as good as the other ones, but you could have found someone.
Yeah, but like Disney should have learned this from Star Wars.
Yeah.
That's what I'm getting at with the Last Jedi. They bringing J.J. Abrams back for the last one
Yeah.
But that's,
because the Last Jedi did because
was
the Last
too
Jedi went the way it went.
Yeah.
But they should have just stuck to him all the way. I mean, if you think about it, when they hired J.J. Abrams, he obviously had his own envision of what his Star Wars
Yeah.
was going to be.
Yeah.
Obviously, you need to consider the previous characters and stuff and how you're going to work them into the story.
Which he did fantastic.
And then
Yeah.
the following director,
Yeah, just retcon all that.
he completely changed the
That's the
story,
way.
and he pointed into a whole different direction.
That's the thing. The thing is, I watched it as its own movie.
Yeah.
That's why I think I enjoyed it a bit more. The thing is, like, when people talk about it, I understand where they're coming from about being in a trilogy and the things with previous characters. It's a long running movie, a long running franchise. But the thing is, like, I watched it for the movie that it is, and there are a couple of things I don't agree with in the film. But I watched the movie for the movie itself,
Yeah.
not for the trilogy it's in. And I think that was people's problems. They were watching as it's the build up to the next film,
Yeah.
where I wasn't, which I generally don't do because I never remember the movie before it. So that was the thing. Like, I understand, like, people are pissed off, especially about what happened with Luke. But I don't agree what they did with Luke as well.
He doesn't even agree.
Yeah, I know he doesn't either. But the thing is, we just have to kind of see where it's building up to. That's why I enjoyed the movie, but I'm still very neutral on it at the same time. Where, you know, 'cause obviously we've got another movie coming out.
Yes.
And
In the show.
what's his face?
Kylo Ren.
No, not Kylo Ren. Mark Hamill is in the next movie.
Oh wow.
He's in it. That's why I'm
That's
saying
finished.
we need to see what happens in that movie.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
Obviously,
it's not- you
Yoda
can't-
was also in The Last Jedi, and Yoda died, like, how long ago? But obviously, it's part of the Star Wars mythos about them force projecting themselves.
Yeah.
And that's obviously what's going to happen in the next one. But I think there, you need to wait and see what they're going to do with it. Because obviously, J.J. Abrams now has to see where... Who directed that Star Wars Last Jedi?
Ryan Johnson.
Where Ryan Johnson was headed with this.
Yeah.
So obviously now he needs to see that and still be able to envision his own vision to actually make the next one good.
He's got to win over the fans again. That's
Yeah.
what he has to do. Because the fan base is too divided right now.
Yeah, that's the thing. You know, you make a movie like
And
that.
no one
you
saw
know.
that coming at all. No one saw that coming.
Yeah.
I think that's why he probably did it.
Star Wars has built up a bad repertoire because at the moment Disney's trying to brush it under the same comb as their Marvel movies, which is completely two different
you can't do
genres. And I mean, obviously the one's going to excel depending on the market at the moment.
Yeah.
That's why Marvel movies are like skyrocketing and Star Wars isn't the hype as it used to be. Okay, Force Awakens was
It's an
amazing.
anomaly though, but people waited how long? Like 11 years for Star Wars movie,
And
and
the-
then that came out.
The
And
Force Awakens is still one of the highest grossing
It
movies
is.
of all time.
it is, I think, third, I think.
And then you still
Yeah.
need to speak about, well, I haven't seen it finished, but the Han Solo movie.
Oh my god.
Well,
That's
We
also a
we
guilty
already
pleasure movie,
started.
right?
for someone, I'm sure.
To be honest, I didn't find that movie that bad, but it was bad.
I think it's just
I
because
did enjoy it to a point. The charm the movie does have,
Yeah.
it is enjoyable. But the biggest problem I have with that film, the lead actor,
Uh,
I don't know his name, but
Yeah.
Alton Ehrenreich. I think.
yeah, the guy that portrays Han Solo, I think the problem was he was too much trying to be like Harrison Ford.
Yeah.
Granted, they're playing the same character; it's understandable. But the fact of the matter, he's not going to be what he was at the age of 40 at the age of 20. They're going to be two different people.
exactly.
He tried to envision what Harrison Ford was in like The Force Awakens as he would have been as a young Han Solo. which is literally impossible. Then there's no character development whatsoever.
Yeah.
And I found his portrayal of Han Solo pretty bland, to be honest.
Well, the
thought
whole
it-
movie was just a
You know, like what's his name? That wasn't Zombieland.
Jesse
Woody
Osborne.
Harrelson.
Woody Harrelson.
Oh, yeah.
He was like the best part of that movie.
He was, yeah.
And the guy that played Vision as
What
well.
about-
he
what
was
about-
an amazing villain.
He was.
And obviously
Step in
Chewbacca.
for-
Hello,
Chewbacca was
Amelia
great
Clark.
as always. I don't like her.
Nah.
either. Her acting is very weird. It's very hit and miss.
I liked her in that movie. though.
Like Game of Thrones, that's where she shines.
Mm.
But then when it goes into like big AAA movies, it's a very hit and miss situation.
Yes.
Like
As it is with most Game of Thrones actors.
like Jason Momoa is one that stands out
Yeah.
because he.
Well,
Because
not just-
what was she in prior to Game of Thrones?
I
Nothing.
have no idea.
Exactly. Jason
Probably some
Momoa was
BBC.
like in Baywatch. He had a couple of series
Yeah, he had
before.
Conan.
He was
the
in
same
things.
year.
But
Game of
if
Thrones
you,
came out.
if you, I have to disagree. He's not the only one because I have to say that Peter Dinklage.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah,
yes,
but he
I
had.
forgot he's in there. But the thing is, he's been acting for years.
Yeah.
Exactly.
What's her face? Emilia Clarke.
Basically started at
Yeah,
Game
she
of
started
Thrones.
pretty much. That's where she like
Most
hit
of
the
them.
big time. She probably had smaller roles prior to that, but I don't think she had the acting experience to be in AAA movies.
Yeah.
Like you said in Han Solo, she was pretty good.
Yeah, she was
I
decent.
won't admit, she was really really good.
Especially with that Darth Maul
Oh,
highlight scene
Darth
at
Maul
the
was
end.
in there.
that was the coolest part of the one.
Yeah, and there's probably going to be. We're probably not going to get a sequel to.
No,
Solo.
we won't. We'll definitely not get a sequel.
Well, I heard there's in production they put it on stop
Streaming.
now, but obviously Obi-Wan Kenobi spin-off.
See, the thing is, I would be so keen for that if they bring Ewan McGregor back.
He
have
is on. He
They
is on.
have to bring him.
He wants to do it. See,
No
the
one
thing
will
is
watch it
that
if
that
it's not.
story needs to take place between, like from when Luke Skywalker's born to when he meets Luke Skywalker.
Yeah.
It needs to take place between
Yeah,
episode
those
3 and 4.
Years, yeah.
It needs to take place then. To bring Ewan McGregor back, it has to
Well,
take place then. 'Cause
allegedly-
he can't obviously play a younger Obi-Wan. Because he's not as young as he used to be, obviously.
Allegedly, he's already started to work with a trainer for the movie, from what I've heard.
Well, he's also
But there's
in
only
Birds
been
of
bits
Prey.
and drabs.
He is, yeah.
He's in Birds of Prey. He's what, Black Mask.
He is.
Oh.
Roman style.
Yeah. So I think that he's going to be the best part of Birds of Prey, as he
Most
generally
likely.
is the best part of most movies.
Mm.
He was the best part of the prequel Star Wars movies.
Oh Lord, yeah. Also guilty.
Yeah, like that's it. Like the girl. Let's
Hello
talk
there.
about like guilty pleasure actor would be what's his face, Hayden Christensen. To be honest, I do not find his portrayal that bad.
It's the writing that ruined that.
Yes, it's the writing. The
Oh
fact of the matter, the
my
thing
God.
that people don't understand, he becomes Darth Vader. He becomes a bad person.
Yeah.
You see throughout those 3 movies him battling between the two.
Those poor
He
kids.
literally does that. He does what he's going to become. Oh, he was being good, now he's being this. It's like, well, fuck. How else are you going to be?
Yeah.
You know, he's battling with himself. Is he going to be good or is he going to be bad? Because as soon as he actually, in Revenge of the Sith, as soon as he becomes a Sith, then he's like, okay, cool. Then people liked him.
Yeah.
But
People
how
want
else are
that.
you meant to portray someone that's busy deciding between 2 characters?
Yeah.
But before we continue this debate about Star Wars and Hayden Christensen, Fritz Sheldon van Tonder
Aw.
is leaving us.
Fuck.
Shit. But it'll make another appearance.
Will you really?
We'll leave it at that.
So we were talking about the prequels, the Star Wars prequels.
Yes.
About Hayden Christensen, which is a guilty pleasure actor in this regard. Because not a lot of people like the guy. as an
No.
actor.
He's usually in like B-rated movies now as
Yeah.
well.
He was in Jumper, which I enjoyed.
He was. Oh man,
It was
Jumper
such a good movie back then.
incredible.
But it's also a guilty pleasure movie because a lot of people didn't like it.
It hasn't aged too well
No,
either.
it has not whatsoever. That's Samuel L. Jackson in it.
Yeah.
I remember. He was the bad dude.
Less motherfuckers then, yeah.
Yeah. Like what? Marvel. Nick Fury. Not a single motherfucker was said.
Yeah.
Which is sad. It's a sad day for his career. But yeah, well, let's get on to another guilty pleasure. What is yours, Dylan?
Okay, so since we're 90s kids, I'm gonna go back to the 90s. So the first one on my side is the movie called Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2: The Secret of Ooze. For those unfamiliar with this one, it's about them battling their obviously their arch enemy Shredder. So Shredder attempts to exact revenge on them by using the same radioactive ooze that created them to unleash 2 new monsters on them. So, and the monsters are Toka, that's an oversized snapping turtle. Yes. And Razar, he's like a werewolf kind of creature. And as a child, it's quite terrifying. Looking back at it now, it's like weird. It's very weird. So then Shredder like uses this ooze to on himself to obviously become bigger and be the threat that he is. So obviously it has not aged very well, but it still has its charm. It's less dark than the other ones. It's more comical, campier. Vanilla Ice is in this movie. Yeah.
Fuck.
He pops up in the climax to perform Ninja Rap.
Okay, that's great.
Remember Ninja Rap? Ninja Rap.
No, I don't even remember this movie.
Cool.
I've seen it. I
You
don't remember it.
Really? Yeah. And basically, yeah, that's it. Like, it's very bizarre to look back on this time in history when...
I don't
When the
think
ninjas-
any Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movies are actually good.
No, they're not good.
None of them were, no. Not even the animated
No.
series have been good.
I
The
can-
old one from like the 90s, that animated series was pretty decent.
Mm,
That
yeah.
one was because that was like meant for kids,
that's why,
and your little brain was like turtles and skateboards. Damn straight.
yeah, nothing cooler than that.
Well,
And,
of course
yeah,
it's cooler than that, but,
That's it's a bizarre movie with crazy ass shit that happens.
turtles.
That's it. Yeah.
I like turtles.
And your one, Trent? What's your...
My next one is Don't Mess with the Zohan.
Oh, yeah.
I love that movie. Honestly, I do. Fuzzy Babalach, and the piranha in his speedo, and he just wants to cut her, and he named himself Frappy Coco.
Scrappy Cook, yeah.
Frappy Coco. Yeah. I don't know why. It's an Adam Sandler movie. That's all I kind of have to say.
Yeah.
I think that's like one of his last like decent movies.
That's from 2008.
Yeah.
He made a few.
Yeah, but
After
like
that.
the thing is, like he was on a roll up until then,
True, yeah.
and I think that's like after that is when like Jack and Jill was conceived.
So after that was Funny People, and then I think, yeah, Jack and Jill.
And
was
people
right
don't like
after.
funny people either.
Yeah.
So I think it kind of went downhill from that.
Mm.
I think the reason he's not making movies like that anymore is because people are so offended nowadays.
Yeah.
And obviously,
He
he
just-
portrayed what an Israeli counter-terrorist.
Yeah, in a very-
Yeah. He was an Israeli counter-terrorist, and then he wanted to be a hairdresser.
Yeah.
That's pretty much the whole premise of the story.
Quit fighting
Really?
for his country
Yeah.
to be a hairdresser.
Yeah, he like fakes his own death, and then he goes to New York.
Yeah.
To New York, yeah. And then he falls in love with a Palestinian woman.
Yeah, there's the conflict there.
Yeah, and then he finds out the Palestinian woman is the sister of his arch nemesis.
Mm.
So yeah, it's a very comedical movie, honestly.
Yeah.
There's a lot of old-time jokes, but it's kind of racist.
I think it's very racist.
But that's the thing. That was the thing back then.
Yeah, he didn't care about who he offended either.
Yeah, but now he
That's
does.
what made
That's-
him... Yeah.
That's what made him popular. And now he made movies like Jack and Jill.
Yeah.
He's kind of coming back with the movies he's got on Netflix. There's like 1 or 2 gems there.
I've
The
not-
Do-Over.
I've not watched any of them.
Yeah, I would recommend if you've lost your faith in Adam Sandler, watch The Do-Over on Netflix.
Okay.
It's him and
Is David Spade?
David
that
Spade,
one?
yes. And yeah, it's a good movie. He kind of takes him out of his slump. Not all the Netflix movies are good.
Yeah.
They're not.
Huh.
Like that. What is it called? There's one where he acts as like
Sandy Wexler?
That one.
Yeah,
That one is so
I
bad. It's
saw
so
bits of
bad.
that one.
And obviously there's the Ridiculous Six. I think. No,
Yeah, that was just ripping off. the
that
main
one. I
film.
haven't seen that, but apparently it's kind of bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, Adam Sandler. He's pretty much all his movies are guilty pleasures at this point in time. Especially Grown Ups.
Quite sad that he's gotten to that point,
Yeah, his stand up is still very good.
Mm.
He hasn't lost his charm there.
at least.
But this is like Grown Ups. That's another guilty pleasure right there. The first one was good.
Yeah,
the
the
first
second
one was
one
good.
was
The second one
just-
was a hit or miss depending on who you were. I did enjoy the second one because it didn't really lose its charm from the first one.
Yeah.
It still had the same charm, but it kind of, obviously Rob Schneider wasn't in it.
Yeah, that did hinder it quite a bit.
Yeah. Because, the chemistry between Rob Schneider and Adam Sandler is just absolutely
Just
amazing.
these random cameos
Yeah.
in the movies.
You can do it, Nicky. That was what Little Nicky.
Little Nicky, yeah.
And then he was also Rob Schneider was in Waterboy.
Oh
Did
yeah.
The same thing. You can do it.
That's where the whole thing started. I
Yeah. You know, that's when they were cameoing in each other's movies.
Mm.
Because they have not collaborated for quite a while. Rob Schneider and Adam Sandler.
think. Yeah. It's been a good couple of years.
I don't know what the situation is there, but,
Mm.
but yeah, what's your next one?
Next one is Mortal Kombat from 1995.
Oh God,
Do you remember Mortal Kombat from 1995?
I don't know. There were two
You
of them,
don't?
weren't there?
Yeah, there was
Sequels,
two.
I think I remember
this was the
sequel
first
more
one.
than the first one.
Yeah, this one is basically just Johnny Cage, Liu Kang, and Sonya Blade who fight to save Earth from.
Oh yeah, that's the
Outward.
one I remember. Raiden's also in it, and it's a white
Yes.
with grey hair.
Correct.
Yeah,
So yeah,
whitewash.
some people still consider this to be the best video game adaptation.
It's
to
kinda
movies.
hard to fuck up a fighting game.
Well, yeah. And I mean, it was directed by the guy that did the Resident Evil movies, so I think he deserves some props there. 'cause-
Resident Evil movies are also another guilty pleasure.
Do you like them?
Some of them.
Oh, no, I don't like any of them.
Some
I
of them,
can't.
like the first one was like a good start. I think they just kind of lost the plot from there. I think it's the fourth one is not that bad. I think they were trying to find their footing again. And then the last one in the
How many
series just
were
like
there?
lost it. I think it was 7.
Jeez, that's like lined up with the games.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I think the last one is when they bought in like the video game characters.
Yeah,
That was like their last hope, and it just flopped so badly.
yeah.
Because the one I think it's Resident Evil 4 is the one that they're like in a desert, and what's her face, the main woman.
Is her name Alice or something like that? No, Alice.
Alice is the computer program.
Yeah.
I don't know, but
I
she
don't-
like finds like her lost love again, and then he like sacrifices himself for her.
Yeah.
But like I think that one is kind of they were kind of stepping away from what Resident Evil is and making the movies different from the games.
That's
I think
exactly
is what
right.
it needed.
Mm.
And then they went backwards again
Yeah.
and kind of just lost it. Yeah, but don't you? Yeah.
But I do like this Mortal Kombat movie because it at least has a lot of the elements from the game. It has the whole physical confrontation, the cheesy lines, okay, well, the games are decently made, but like it's from the 90s, so it has a terrible CGI, you know.
Yeah.
Has
That's
like-
the one like Scorpion's like thing comes out.
Yeah, out of his
like,
hand,
waving
yeah, and he's
around,
fighting
yeah. And it's got an
Johnny
eye
Cage
on
in
it
the
and some
forest.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was
just
just
weird.
such bad CGI,
It's just,
man.
it's bad, but it's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's really beautiful.
It's like even the Street Fighter movie from back then
Mm.
was still pretty decent.
I don't remember the Street Fighter one.
I remember very vaguely, because that was the one with Jean-Claude Van Damme in it.
Yes.
It was, yeah, I think the only reason it was did pretty well was because of Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Yeah, megastar at that time.
If they didn't have him on the project, I don't think it would have done as well as it did.
Probably not, no.
But yeah, what's your next one? Was it my turn? Whose turn? is it?
You can go if you got one.
I went blank.
Okay, well, how big of a fan are you of the Scary Movie series?
Up until number 3.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Same. Like, okay, people don't like those movies, but there is, like, it's still really good. Like, it's a good parody
I
of...
don't think you meant to like them. That's
I don't
the
know,
thing.
I like them more than the actual movies they're riffing off.
Yeah,
in a way.
thing is, like, it's a parody, and
Yeah.
I don't think parodies are really made there for people to like.
They're not, but yet, like, they're the
Yeah.
most cult-followed movies, usually.
Yeah, the Scary Movie franchise was amazing up until number
Hmm.
4. Number 4 would just start losing the plot then.
Well, the Wayans brothers were part of the first two, and then
Yeah.
they left.
There
And
were,
then-
the one was still acting in the third one, though.
I don't even remember him being in.
Third one was the one with Michael Jackson in.
Yeah. Third one is the War of the Worlds. That,
Yeah.
whole thing. So obviously, like, it's scary movies, so they're riffing off movies. The horror movies, the Saws, the Rings, I Know What You Did Last Summer, Scream, Blair Witch Project. And yeah, like, those movies don't care about being, like, inoffensive to people. They just want to make you laugh. And alright, cool. So the next one is another really crappy B movie. It's Anaconda from 1997. Yeah, that one that has the really bad CGI snake. So it's basically about the documentary.
Lopez and Ice Cube.
Yes, those two. Yes, that. So it features a documentary film crew that sailed down the Amazon River, and they're looking for a tribe and then obviously they are then hunted down by a snake. The snake is only really like dangerous because it defies the rules of nature and gravity. Like anacondas do not grow that long. They don't hatch from eggs as well, and they definitely don't scream. I don't know about you, but they screamed in the movie.
Okay, that's great.
So if you just suspend your disbelief long enough, you can have a good time watching this one.
It's got Jennifer Lopez in it.
Yeah, it's a good
No.
group watch, I guess,
No.
with alcohol involved.
Yes, okay.
Yeah.
Drink every time the anaconda defies physics, bro.
Yeah, basically.
Sounds like a good plan.
Yeah.
There you guys go, and you drinking game for all of you guys out there.
Every time it screams, take a shot.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure it screams about 5 times.
I don't remember it screaming.
It screams.
Wasn't there a sequel as well?
There's been like 4, actually.
Fuck.
Yeah.
4. Okay. I only know
3 or
of 2.
4. Yeah.
Okay. My guilty pleasure.
What is it? Another Adam Sandler?
It is another Adam Sandler movie, actually.
Is it?
Oh yeah, it's Little Nicky.
Oh yes.
Now, for some reason, so many uncultured human beings out there hate this movie.
Uncultured.
But I believe it is the pinnacle of Adam Sandler's comedic abilities, to be honest. You know, like how they say in Tropic Thunder, you never go full retard.
Yeah.
He just went full, and he just did
No,
it. He
going
went ham
You did.
on it, but he still did it. So for those who don't know, Little Nicky is about one of the sons of Satan.
One of the 3 sons, eh?
Yes, one of the 3 sons. I don't remember the other 2's names, but the one's name is Nicky, and that's Little Nicky, and that's Adam Sandler. So these 2 sons are fed up with Satan being Satan, I guess, again, instead of them taking over being Satan. And they decide to go through the gates of hell the wrong way around. So it freezes up and shiz, and Satan starts falling to pieces. And the only person out of every single other demon that they have in hell, Little Nicky, is his last hope.
He saves the day.
Yeah, so he gets given this flask to try and get his 2 brothers back
that's
to
right,
hell.
yeah.
So he's set to go and get his brothers back to hell to save his father's life. And then he finds out that he is pretty much a Nephilim. Who a Nephilim is a half demon, half angel. Finds out his mother's an angel. And then he has the power of good on his side. And throughout this, he falls in love with some woman.
Oh yeah.
And
Of course.
yeah, he ends up obviously saving the day as these movies go. And
Can we
Ozzy
forgive
Osbourne,
that hairstyle of his, that emo?
that was the peak of emo-ness. I think that inspired the look, to be
Yeah.
perfectly honest.
Definitely.
And then Ozzy Osbourne's involved
Oh yeah, he was.
for some poor reason. He like bites the head off of his brother,
Just
and just because. And then he
Yes.
like falls in love with some chicken. Like, this is amazing. It's the best thing ever.
oh, okay. I need to rewatch
And yeah, he
I
uses
don't
this
remember that.
chicken with his power of good and makes a giant bucket and it stops all the demons. It's very
What?
weird. Yeah, it's right at the end. It's right
this.
at
That is
the
an
end. Spoilers,
interesting
by the way.
resolution.
It
Yeah.
is. Because he like brings out
Wow.
better bunnies as well, and then the demons start eating the bunnies.
Mm.
So that's why he brings the chicken out.
Okay.
They stop eating the good, cute bunnies.
Mm.
Yeah. And honestly, all my like guilty pleasure movies so far have been Adam Sandler,
Yeah.
and it's not hard to see why.
It's just he's the man. Or was.
Definitely was. He's kind of lost his touch now, but he's coming back slowly. Slowly. Obviously, Grown Ups 3 is going to happen at some point,
No,
and that'll
no.
be the biggest comeback of
No.
it all.
That needs to not happen.
If they bring Rob Schneider back, then.
Yeah,
That'll be
maybe.
Okay, what is
Maybe.
yours?
Okay, the next one I'm pretty sure you'll remember is Big Fat Liar.
Oh, Big Fat Liar with Frankie Muniz.
Yeah. Guy from Malcolm in the Middle.
Which he does remember being in.
Yeah, that's the sad thing, eh?
Yeah.
So, Big Fat Liar, for those who are unaware, is about a 14-year-old pathological liar named Jason who has a creative writing assignment that's stolen by a Hollywood producer, Marty Wolf, who then plans to make a film with what he's stolen from Jason. So then Jason and his friend Kaylee have to travel to Los Angeles to get this back, to reclaim
Isn't
his
his
credit.
friend Amanda Bynes?
Yeah, it was her, I believe. Pre-crazy, yes. And this movie is just weird. It's funny as fuck because there's those just moments of them just pranking him, like the blue pool die scene, yeah. And then the when they rewire his car as well.
I need to rewatch this. I remember the whole dyeing them blue and stuff.
Yes. And then he goes to that birthday party and he's obviously looking like a clown and oh man, that kid's just tormenting him. That was so funny.
And then to talking about Frankie Muniz, then I got my next guilty pleasure.
Nice segue.
Huh?
Nice segue there.
Yes. Agent Cody Banks.
Oh damn! That was also a two-parter.
Yeah, there were two of them. Yeah, there was, the second one was in London, I believe.
Yeah.
That was the first one. I don't know. But yeah, so Agent Cody Banks, this kid gets sent to a summer school, and from there he gets recruited by the CIA, I think it is, to be part of their child operative experiment, I guess is the way to put it.
Yeah.
And he becomes this international spy. I would honestly break it down to kind of being like more of an Americanized version of Johnny English.
Yeah.
But more for
Funny
kids
kid,
than
yeah.
anything else, yeah.
Sure.
So he's a very bad spy, but as these movies go, he ends up saving the day and gets the goal as always as they go.
Typical.
Yeah, there's a lot of weird and crazy shit that happens, as they always tend to do for our protagonists.
Mm.
And yeah, it's just a lot of people don't like it, especially the sequel.
Oh yeah,
That's
I
why-
remember the sequel getting crapped on.
Yeah, there was meant to be a trilogy, so there was meant to be a third.
Ah.
So the sequel kind of killed the possibility of a third one, because the sequel was the one that takes place in England.
Didn't that have the dude from The Mummy?
Yes.
Yeah, he was the villain in that one.
Yeah, he did. This one takes place in England. He goes to like some private music school,
Yeah.
and he doesn't know how to play the instrument they've been given to him.
Oh, of course.
And yeah, he ends up screwing up a lot of shit, but as it goes, he what? Saves the day
Oh yes.
and gets the goal.
As I think was the title of what was the title of that movie?
I don't even know. I
It
don't
was
even
like
want to
Saves the
know.
Day or something.
I don't know.
something
Those
really-
movies were just. Well, they have not aged well.
No, they
That's
haven't.
what I'm trying to say here. Back then,
it's
you know, it
still-
was entertaining. I was like, yeah, my little like 10-year-old mind was like, yeah.
Yeah,
I
you still
wanna
have
be a
fond
spy.
memories of it. It's not gonna
Yeah.
go away.
Like especially like he gets his X-ray glasses and he tries to use it on all the women there.
Ah yes.
And then the woman that like his little guardian, I guess is the way, like sees what he sees
Oh,
and puts
yes.
parental block on them. It's like, okay, that's taking it a bit too far now. Just let the kid live. Let him see those
Fail.
titties.
Jeez.
Free the nipple. Hashtag free the nipple. We support you. Free the nipple. Willow Tree Productions, we support freeing the nipple. Okay, take your next one.
My next one is How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
I
I'm
don't think I've seen that.
Really?
No, wait, I have seen it. I watched it, I saw it with my mother. So
Yeah,
yes, I
it's
have
it's
seen
one of those, very dated comedy rom-com movies where like the characters have the weirdest names. You'd swear they're like superheroes or something. Because the female protagonist, her name is Andy Anderson.
it. Andy Anderson.
Andy Anderson.
Sounds like a superhero.
And then Matthew McConaughey's character's name is Benjamin Barry,
Doesn't Matthew McConaughey's name actually sound like a superhero name then?
basically.
With the alliteration Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah. That's how they do it.
Yeah. He's already got his catchphrase. Alright.
Yeah.
I think that's the 4th time I've done this podcast.
It's fine, he'll be proud.
Yes, he will. I'm doing this for you, Matthew.
So this is just basically they meet in a bar and then they want to they have a bet like set to now make the other person fall in love with them in 10 days. So this is virtually no time at all to obviously make someone fall in love with you. So they do the most ridiculous things like there's this part in the movie where Andy fills Ben's apartment with teddy bears and like has the signed photograph. Who does that shit? It's like next level attachment. And then obviously he has this plant, like that's the most homely symbol ever to give someone, moving in or
So it's kind of just like super clingy people
yeah.
doing super clingy things
Mm,
all the time.
basically.
Okay.
Clean romance.
And obviously,
Romance is not dead.
obviously she doesn't lose a guy in 10 days.
No.
She ends up
But she even
falling in
even
love.
buys him a dog, and then like gets a coordinated outfit for the dog and him.
That's weird.
Very weird. I don't know if it.
Who's the director?
I don't know. And it actually just gets worse because there's this thing in the movie where she actually like names his manhood
Yeah.
Princess Sophia.
Oh shit! Yes, I have seen this.
You
movie.
remember this now?
I remember that. Yeah.
Okay, and then his reaction to that is, you've got to give it like a hyper masculine name, like something like Spark or Butch or Kroll, you know, a warrior king name, but not Princess Sophia.
Ladies, just do that to your boyfriend now. Next time
And
you
then-
see him naked, be like, "There's Princess Sophia."
And not even like a week together, and they're already in couples therapy. So
Yeah, it must
I mean,
be love. It
totally.
must be love.
thirdly,
My next one
yeah.
is another Star Wars movie,
Oh.
and it is The Phantom Menace.
Oh yes.
A very unpopular Star Wars movie, obviously because of
reasons.
little shit Anakin,
Mm.
little kid.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But honestly, I think it was a good like step, I guess, in a way.
Mm.
You know, introducing like Darth Maul into it, who has
Oh,
like
yeah.
5 words in the entire movie.
And he stole that movie.
Yeah, he
People
was
were
the
like,
main point. I
"Whoa,
think
who's
that's
this guy?"
why that trilogy actually kicked off, was
Mm.
because of Darth Maul.
Just even that whole fight sequence, that
Yeah.
choreography there was.
Yeah, that was a movie that Liam Neeson couldn't even save.
Yeah.
But honestly, I'm a Star Wars nerd, like, so I think more Star Wars the better, in my opinion.
Mm.
That's why I think I'm a bit more neutral in these things. Like I said, like Last
The
Jedi
progression,
was also
yeah.
my choice, and those are like, I guess all 3 trilogies.
Yeah.
No, all 3 trilogies, all 3 movies, like the Phantom Menace saga, I think are guilty pleasure movies for me because
Mm.
they're very unpopular with like diehard Star Wars fans.
Oh no, they hate them. Yeah.
But like, you know, obviously, like we've said, you know, it's Hayden Christensen. People didn't like him for some reason because people have opinions. You know, people aren't allowed opinions, man. And you know, like Ewan McGregor he was probably the best part of those 3 movies.
Yeah.
And General Grievous,
That's right.
he was
yeah.
also the best part, and Sir Christopher Lee,
Mm.
he was also like. Honestly, if you look back at it, those movies were better than what we all say it is.
Yeah. People had that expectation
Yeah.
after that long break, you know.
Well,
I
yeah,
think it was
what,
15 years.
Yeah.
15, 16 years.
Yeah, no, that's the problem. I think that's what happened with, like we said, so I spoke about Suicide
Yeah.
Squad. I think that's what happened. The hype was built up way too much.
Mm.
Or like, it's kind of like in like metal music. It like starts picking up and then you just get a disappointing drop. And I think that's kind of what happened with Suicide Squad and like the Phantom Menace and them. You know, there was so much build up to the time of release that it was just like, okay, that drop sucked.
And people like convinced themselves at the time when that came out that they liked the movie, so they'd go watch it again, and then that's when all the hate started happening.
Yeah,
Because it just...
if the movie's good once, it's
Yeah.
probably not going to be good twice. You know, I
Very
think
few.
there's very few movies that are better the second time.
Yeah.
And all the movies on this list you can't watch more than once, in my personal opinion.
Like, if you grew up watching them, then you have that ingrained in you.
Yeah.
You've got a, distinctive part of it that you just will never let go of.
Yeah, the thing is, like, I'm super excited for the next Star Wars movie to finish off this trilogy.
Yeah, and they need a
And,
break again.
Yeah, they need
A
a
good
break.
10-year break.
Like, I think break regarding, like, a mainline
Yeah,
entry.
the main... Yeah.
But I think Darby, like, doing what they've been doing, like, with Solo and Rogue One, having just standalone movies.
Yeah, the spin-offs or, like, the Elseworld stories are fine. Even now, like, they've got that TV series, The Mandalorian, that's
Yeah.
going to be on the streaming service. And I think there's a few others that they're actually going to start, like, maybe they'll do Knights of the Old Republic or something like that on the streaming service. That would be cool.
You know, it would be pretty dope if they start doing more. I think they need to stop looking at it in the way of making, like, 3 movies.
Yeah.
You know, like Solo, they set up for a sequel, but
We all
obviously
know
it
that's-
didn't do too well.
Yeah.
But then again, that sequel is Phantom Menace.
Mm. Yeah.
So then we've technically got the sequel already.
It doesn't need to be. It's nothing
Yeah.
more we'll really learn.
No, we already know enough about
Yeah.
Han Solo at this point. But that's the thing, you know, I think if they start releasing other movies like following obviously like Boba Fett, like they were going to,
Yeah.
and you know doing the Obi-Wan Kenobi
The
movie.
Yoda one, maybe.
Yeah, like those ones will work. Obviously, if they're given to the right people and
Yeah.
the right actors are put into it, and those actors take on that role, like they're not trying to be somebody else, like Solo.
Yeah.
And you know, Solo, biggest unpopular opinion is Donald Glover.
Oh, yeah,
Sucked.
you really don't like it.
I did not like him in that movie. He's a brilliant actor, don't get me wrong,
Yeah.
brilliant musician. But in that movie,
Just
if you
didn't
say
work,
you
yeah.
like him, you're an idiot.
Well, I do, but yeah.
But no, it's for the thing. Like, everyone's like, yeah, he's the best part of the movie.
Okay, no, he's not.
But yet, like, a quarter of the way through the movie, he loses his accent that he's been doing for the most of the
Yeah,
movie.
that was quite
Like,
problematic.
why would you say he's good then if he can't even keep an accent going? The guy that acted as Han Solo, stayed like Han Solo throughout the entire film.
I honestly think the problem also came with them having a completely different vision for the film because they had two other directors that had the film before.
Yeah.
What's his name? Ron Howard took over, and the movie was almost already done then, and they reshot like 60% of it. So that could be why maybe he was not able to maintain the.
You
Yeah,
have to be
no,
portraying
I
a
hear you.
character. Stay in character.
Oh, yeah.
That's the thing that pissed me off the most. People are like, he's so good in the movie. Then we watch the movie and he breaks character.
I think it's just because people want a Lando movie as well,
Not
and
with him,
he
though.
would.
Don't get me wrong. Like
he
I
would
said,
sell
he's a
the
good,
movie.
Like,
Yeah.
he's a good actor. And, you know, honestly, if he was in the solo Lando movie, it would do well.
Yeah,
Because people have a hard on for Donald Glover.
Mm.
But the thing of the fact of the matter, if he does that movie and he does what he did in Solo, I will
not gonna
write
be
him
happy.
off. To be perfectly honest with you,
Mm.
you're taking a beloved character from a beloved franchise, and you do that.
Mm.
That's kind of, in my opinion, that's disrespectful. You know, this person's laid out a legacy, and then you can't even do them the common decency to keep a fucking accent going. And it's not a hard accent.
Oh, is it?
Well, for him, if he's
Yeah.
such a great actor.
True.
You know, you can't hype up somebody if they can't do the basics of keeping an accent for, what, a 2-hour movie?
Yeah, it's about to.
And you get like 3-hour, 4-hour movies where people have to keep the exact same accent for that entire amount of time.
Yeah.
So like you look at it like a series. You know, they have to keep that accent through the entire, 10 seasons, let's say that. And
Yeah, no.
this guy has to do it for 2 hours.
Mm.
Obviously, he's obviously doing it for a lot longer
Yeah,
than
it's
2 hours.
It's months of prep.
But
and-
then again, someone that's doing 10 seasons of a show has to do it for 10 seasons of a show.
yeah, at that
That's
point
like
you have
15
that.
years.
Yeah, you pretty much can do that on the spot. You don't
Exactly.
even need to.
Yeah, obviously, okay, if he slipped up once or twice, but
Mm.
it gets to the point of the movie where he's just like that up until the end.
Yeah.
The end of the movie where they hunt him down again,
Mm.
his accent's back.
It wasn't that noticeable to me, to be honest with you, but I do hear a difference. Yes.
I think it was me because I waited so long to watch the movie
Yeah.
that I was critiquing it quite a lot
Mm.
because people were so bad, that's so bad, and then to go and watch it and people saying this is the good part of the movie. So I was watching for that good part, but I never got it.
Yeah.
So I think that's why I was critiquing it a lot more than what most people would do.
Mm.
You know, I would do the same to anybody. Like I said, I got a problem with the guy that acted as Han Solo. Just because he tried to be too much like Harrison Ford,
Yeah.
as he would be as an old man. Obviously, people change, characters develop. You know, someone's not going to stay the same throughout 20 movies.
Sure.
The best character development is in the Marvel universe.
Yeah.
Obviously, Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man.
Oh yeah, there's
That's
not
some of
many
the
better
best
than
character development, especially Thor, Chris Hemsworth.
that. Hemsworth.
Yeah, up until Dark World was horseshit.
Oh yeah.
But I'll be honest, that's another guilty pleasure for me.
Steaming power, really.
I did enjoy it because I enjoy more of a darker, grittier movie.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
That was
So-
like a Game of Thrones-y type
Yeah.
movie. It was even done by a Game of Thrones director.
Yeah, you see, the thing
I
is,
guess that's where the
I
whole-
do understand where people are completely coming from with the movie.
Yeah.
That
The villain
it-
just was not
yeah.
good.
You know, he was
No
bad.
matter how you spin that movie, the
He was
villain
bad.
is
No,
God.
he was horrible. But what they were going for, you could see that they were trying to get there.
Yeah.
But at the same time, Chris Hemsworth obviously gave it his all as Thor. But I think that's
he was
what
never a
made
problem.
Ragnarok so much better.
Mm.
Is because he started off as that naive, I'm a god.
Yeah, bratty sort
And
of.
then Dark World, he's going through an existential crisis. essentially, and then Ragnarok, he's just like, well, fuck it, I'm a god, I'm gonna kill you. That's pretty much what happens.
Yeah.
And then you get
Honestly, it's
to
fine.
Infinity War. Spoilers if you haven't seen it yet, which
Oh,
you
no.
should have, because Endgame's coming out soon.
Yeah, guys.
So
what's
go
wrong with
watch
you?
it. We'll do a podcast on Endgame.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
Not a spoiler-free one, but we'll do one. Like there, he was like a badass again.
Yeah.
You know, he lost fucking everything, and he actually became what I would say is Thor Odinson from the comics. He kind of lived up to what his father expected of him to become.
Yeah, and you never say that
Yeah.
he would be that character.
But then you go to like Solo, where the character just stays the same.
Mm.
He doesn't learn anything throughout the film. He's as cocky at the start as he is at the end.
Mm.
With what the events that happened throughout the film, he should have progressed and developed a lot more than what he did.
I know a lot of people also had problems with them explaining things that we kind of didn't want to see. Like the whole Kessel Run and
To be honest, I wanted to see the Kessel Run
being Chewie. Yeah.
because I literally had no idea what the fuck they were talking about.
Yeah.
And I also wanted to know how he met Chewbacca,
Mm.
which they did pretty well in my opinion.
They did, yeah.
And, you know, there were things that they touched on that was obviously... Like, I didn't want to know how he got the Millennium Falcon, to be
Yeah,
perfectly honest.
that
I
I
didn't give
could've
two
done
fucks about. I knew that it was Lando's ship,
Hmm.
originally. I know that. They talk about it in every single fucking movie he's in, to be perfectly honest with you. So I couldn't care how he got the Millennium Falcon. He got it, that's that. That's all I care about. Okay, let's stop destroying this movie and Donald Glover. What's your next one?
That's me done, unless we're going to talk about Venom being more of a...
I don't think Venom is a guilty pleasure, to be
Why
perfectly
not?
honest with you. Because of how well it did. I think the only people that dislike it would be the critics that disliked it.
Yeah, but think about it, like, not always is a movie... Maybe 20 years from now, do you think Venom will still be...
No.
You see, that's my point with the whole thing.
I'd probably
It could
still
still
enjoy
be.
it.
Yeah,
Because obviously there's another movie coming out, and
There
there'll
is.
probably be a third one, a trilogy.
maybe.
That's what they want. They want
They
five
want their own
movies,
universe. Well,
which they're doing, and they kicked it off pretty well with Venom.
Yeah, have you seen the stuff from Morbius? Oh, with your favourite actor?
See, I don't know. The thing is, the problem is I don't know enough about Morbius to say
I don't know
anything.
shit either. But
I know he's a
damn.
vampire.
Yeah.
I've seen like the one little teaser
Mm.
with Jared Leto behind the clapper.
Yeah, it's about.
That's all that's been shared right now.
Mm.
You know what? Jared Leto is an amazing actor. I cannot deny that fact. He's a fantastic method actor at what he does. You know, like Dallas Buyer Club and all that. It's just Joker.
It's
That's
just soured.
that's
taste
yeah.
for
There's
him.
a sour taste from that.
Mm.
You know, I can't stand him as the Joker. I cannot deal with that shit.
But I don't think you'll see him as the Joker.
I doubt it. I doubt it ever again.
Ever
He's going
again.
into the Marvel Sony universe.
Yeah.
Pretty much what it is. But yeah, I do still have faith that he can pull off Morbius a lot better
Mm.
because it's not working with DC. Well, I would say previous DC because they are going in a better direction now.
Yeah, the old.
Yeah, they're going more into like
Regime.
a comedical, kind of like anti-hero vibe going right now.
Hmm.
Kind of like what Aquaman was more like an action comedy,
Oh yeah, definitely.
and that's what I think DC needed.
Mm.
You know, you
And
got
Shazam
Wonder
was-
Woman already with the action-packed, crazy, blowing shit up and everything.
Mm. It's a
And
good
then-
origin movie.
yeah.
Wow. It was
And then
really
you got
good.
that middle ground, which would be Aquaman.
Mm.
And then we got Shazam popping out, yeah, which would probably be more of a comedy than an action.
Yeah.
So you will have those type of movies going in the universe where Marvel is pretty much all just action comedy,
Yeah.
except for Thor: Dark World.
And I think some of the Captain America movies aren't.
Yeah, Winter Soldier was a bit.
Yeah, that's
dark.
like a spy sort of
Yeah,
heisty thriller.
but like there was still the
Max.
comedic breaks from Falcon.
Yeah, no, definitely.
That's
Not
what I'm
always.
saying,
It's
most-
never a Marvel movie
yeah.
if there's no comedy.
That's the thing. DC has Wonder Woman, which, okay, there was one or two comedic breaks, but that wasn't like the main focus.
Yeah.
At those points.
Just taking her seriously.
Yeah, where like Aquaman, you know, Aquaman
man.
was reinvented in that movie. He wasn't just a guy that
It was
could
like
talk to
watching a
fish.
Power Rangers movie.
Yeah, he wasn't a guy that
Yeah.
just could talk to fish.
Yeah.
He became the king of Atlantis. There was that character development that he needed to stop being this little blonde guy with
Yeah.
orange tights.
Mm.
You know, Jason Momoa did a fantastic job as him. which a lot of people said he wouldn't.
No, no.
And
But
there's all
based off
teasers.
Justice League, you can't blame
Yeah.
people.
Yeah, no, like in
he-
Batman vs Superman, the teaser they had of him,
Yeah.
and then like the teaser of Flash and all that type of stuff. They like kind of gave you like, okay, I don't know what they're doing here. But then when like Justice League came around, he was the comedic break.
Yeah. Him and
And
Flash.
that's what was going to be expected of Aquaman.
Yeah.
It was Jason Wu. Jason Wu was the director of Aquaman. It's not Jason. Is it?
James Wan.
James Wan.
yeah.
There we go. I was going to say Jason Wu. That's someone else. You know, he did a fantastic job. Obviously, he mainly directs Fast and the Furious.
And horror movies.
Yeah, which I don't think people had a lot of faith in him then,
No.
being the director.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah.
People just didn't know what to expect, I think.
Yeah, because obviously,
There's-
like you said, there's Fast and the Furious and horror movies. What was like
What's he gonna
Aquaman
do
going
with-
to be a Fast and the Furious horror film?
Yeah.
Obviously, like he did a fantastic job with the Deep.
Yeah,
With
the
those-
trench, yeah.
The trench, yeah, whatever, same thing. And yeah, he did a fantastic job with the horror
Establishing
there.
that horror, yeah.
Oh, it's fucking creepy. It was
Was.
unsettling.
Mm.
But yeah, like Venom, I don't, dude.
I'm telling you now, dude, 20 years from now, people are going to be like...
I don't think I'll be.
People
alive
are
20
not
years
going to
from
like that film as much as they do now.
now. I think. Do you know what I honestly think with Venom was that it was because the critics smashed on it so hard that I think people liked it more than the critics did, even if they didn't like it. If you know what I mean. I think people went out to actually see the movie to see why the critics were saying it's so bad.
Yeah,
I think that is what actually happened here.
probably.
But like I said, I enjoyed it. I really did.
No, I did as well.
Like, we saw it at cinemas.
Yeah, we
saw it on
watched
the
it
big
together.
screen. It was a very enjoyable movie. You know, I think it still would have been a lot better if it was R-rated. And I
Yeah.
did not think that they would be able to pull it off with a PG-13
And they
rating.
did, yeah.
And they
For the
did.
most part.
And I think that's why it also did so well. That people were not expecting the movie to actually be able to do what it did with a PG-13 rating. But I still think if it was R-rated, it probably would have done a lot better than it did.
And more Venom,
Yeah.
because Venom only really came in the second half of the movie.
Yeah, because there was more of like a Eddie
Eddie
battling
and I
with
forgot her
himself.
name as well.
Yeah.
Like that whole...
But the cool thing was you got to see a female Venom,
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
which
that
was pretty dope, I must
Yeah.
admit. But yeah,
Nice to
we'll
see.
just have to see, because Woody Harrelson has signed up to be Carnage from the
Yeah.
sequel. Which
Remember that post-credit scene?
I don't know about that.
Why not?
Just that wig.
Yeah, the wig is...
I think they could have just gotten away with it if he was bald, if he was normal Woody Harrelson. I don't think he needed to have a wig. I don't think he needed to be ginger. Okay, obviously the character is ginger.
I think that was just a nod to the fans. Even just the way
Yeah.
he even delivered the line, it was like he was breaking the fourth wall. It was...
Yeah, I think maybe in the sequel that he will lose that wig.
I'm not sure.
I don't think that wig is going to stay around because it does not suit Woody Harrelson.
It's its own character.
That is Carnage. It's not like
Basically,
Venom
it's
that is
forming on
inside.
his head.
Yeah,
not
yeah.
around him. And
That's the thing. Like, I don't know how they're going to be able to pull it off with Carnage.
yeah, the R-rated thing is going to be... I think here it's going to be a problem.
Yeah, because for those of you who don't know Carnage or what they're about Carnage is very violent.
Yeah, it's ultra violent.
He kills everything. And the fact of the matter, he is pretty much the offspring of Venom.
Yeah, and
How
Cletus
sick
Cassidy,
is-
as
yes.
is before even coming into contact with Carnage, he is already locked up for being like a serial killer.
Yeah, he is a serial killer.
Yeah, and then now he's obviously got even more power.
Yeah.
So,
And obviously, in that like post-credit scene, Cletus Cassidy knows that Eddie Brock has Venom.
yeah.
You can see it; it's there. Even that little bit, you can see there was chemistry between the two characters.
Yeah,
And
I'm not
that's what
worried
makes me
about that.
excited about the sequel. But like I said, I don't know how they're going to be able to pull off Carnage.
Sony.
Yeah. Sony's been doing pretty well lately.
Yeah.
They never
They
did
have been on the
before.
up.
Let's
they-
talk about the original Spider-Man movies.
Well, they ruined those.
They weren't like bad at the time because
No,
there was
no,
nothing
no.
else to compare them to.
The
That's
first two
thing.
are still good movies.
Yeah.
I don't care what anyone says.
I think why the other Venom also did so well because of the Venom we got in Spider-Man 3.
Yeah.
Kind of was like, Topher Grace was not the best choice.
Not at all.
I could have. Honestly, I could have seen Topher Grace more being Carnage
Yeah.
because of how like he's bold. He's not. Eddie Brock's a big dude. He was
Yeah.
like a football player in high school.
Mm.
And Eddie Brock was already set up in the first Spider-Man movie.
Yeah.
It's what's his face that's going to be Deathstroke. Or was going to be Deathstroke. I don't know what's happening on that situation.
No.
You know, he might even show up in Suicide Squad. The Suicide Squad.
Possibly.
That would be pretty cool, in my
Possibly.
opinion.
Yeah.
I think, obviously, there's talks about Idris Elba taking on the role of Deadshot. But what I would do is I would kill off Deadshot completely and I'd put Deathstroke in.
Yeah.
You know, Deadshot is not a well-known character. And even after the portrayal of Will Smith, I still don't think people know who Deadshot is.
Mm.
Obviously, we've had him in the latest Injustice 2, Injustice 2, yeah.
Yeah,
He was in it,
Yeah, he
and-
replaced
Yeah, he replaced Deathstroke.
Deathstroke.
And the thing is, I didn't even know who Deadshot was when the game came out. So I was like, who is this character? And he's a horrible character to play as.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
I think they need to start using more popular characters for the Suicide Squad movies.
But they're not going to.
No.
They're going real C-list.
See, I like Captain Boomerang. He was dope. He was a crazy guy. And then obviously you had like Inferno. It was Inferno, is his name, right?
Diablo. Yeah.
Diablo. He was pretty dope. I think the weakest part of that film was Enchantress.
Oh yeah.
I think they needed another villain. I think if they had the Joker as the main villain,
because apparently the Joker was meant to be the main villain from the beginning.
I think he
And
should have
then-
been, to be honest. Because Enchantress is part of the Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
So having her change into the bad guy, like, a
It
quarter
felt
of the way
very-
through the movie.
Yeah. No, it was 2 thirds into it.
Which is, you don't do that.
No.
It's like, I don't know, man. It's just, Suicide Squad is very weird. Like, I did enjoy it when I saw it,
Same.
to be perfectly honest, but the Joker ruined it for me because, like I said, I don't like Jared Leto's Joker.
Yeah.
But like I've said, it's mainly because of Heath Ledger's high standard as
Yeah,
the
you
Joker.
really set the bar.
He set the bar crazy
Too
high, and that's one of the reasons we lost him. Because that movie completely fucked up his mind.
So they say.
And it's mentioned in the documentary about him, isn't it?
Yeah, that I am Heath. Or...
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see what Jaquan Phoenix does with him. And I know that is not his correct name.
Oh man.
But that's just how I like saying
Never
it.
gets old.
But yes, I think that is all
Yeah, for this one.
for this one. There will definitely be another one.
If you guys dig it, yeah.
Definitely. I don't care. We're making another one.
These are always interesting things to talk
yeah.
about.
We always go off topic.
Hmm.
And
Sorry.
I think we need to maybe focus on one movie and one episode.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Just maybe
see how
like
this
sit
goes.
down and watch it together and then
Yeah.
yeah.
But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. And since Ryan's not here, hit the like button, comment, subscribe, and ding dong the bell.
Oh, I can't believe we're those people now.
We are those people. We need to be those people.
No.
The
Okay.
YouTube life is hard, friends.
Yes, it is.
And anyway, guys, stay safe until the next episode.
Cheerios.